According to the California Department of Finance, the California budget process begins more than a year before the budget bill actually becomes law. And when it's presented to the legislature on January the 10th each year, the governor's budget incorporates revenues and expenditure estimates based upon the most current information that's available roughly through mid-December. There are a number of documents and the purposes that they serve to cover to provide you with an overview of the California budget process. The first is budget letters. They convey the administration's guidelines for budget preparation to agencies and departments, and those are prepared by the governor's office and the Department of Finance, and they occur from January through December. Budget change proposals are documents that propose to modify or change an existing level of service, to propose new programs or delete existing programs. And these are prepared by agencies and departments that submit it to the Department of Finance for their analysis. And those occur in August and September. The governor's budget, of course, is his proposed budget for the upcoming fiscal year. That's prepared by the governor's office and Department of Finance, and that's due on January 10th of each year, as well as the governor's budget summary, which is essentially a lengthy summary of the governor's budget that's prepared by the Department of Finance, and that also comes out on January 10th. The other item that comes out on January 10th is the actual budget bill, and that requests spending authorization to carry out the governor's expenditure plan. And that's prepared by the Department of Finance and the legislature. Another document is the multi-year projection, and this is basically the estimated general fund revenues and expenditures for the ensuing fiscal year and the 3 fiscal years that occur after. This is required by Section 12.5 of Article 4 of the state constitution, and it's prepared by the Department of Finance in January, May, and after the budget's enactment. There's also the analysis of the budget that includes recommendations for changes to the governor's budget, and this is prepared by the Legislative Analyst Office in late January or early February. The May revision is an update of general fund revenues and expenditures, as well as reserve estimates that are based on the latest economic forecast and any changes in population, caseload, or enrollment estimates. And this is prepared by the Department of Finance and is submitted in mid-May. The next is the actual Budget Act, which is the primary annual expenditure authorization that's been approved by the legislature and governor. And of course, both the legislature and the governor prepare this, and it occurs in mid-June. Then comes the final budget summary, which is an update of the individual Budget Act items with any changes due to a governor veto, including certain budget summary schedules. And it's prepared by the Department of Finance in late July and early August. And then finally is the final change book, which is an update of changes to the detailed fiscal information that's contained in the governor's budget. It too is prepared by the Department of Finance, and it comes out in late July or early August. So those are the main budget documents that come out as part of the annual budget process.